What is up, my brothers and sisters? It's your boy Juice. I've tried to make this video several times. I had a good edit that I wanted to lay down, which I did put out, but I'm not sure any of you got to see it because, well, it was copyrighted. I'm assuming it's because I was scrolling through YouTube and explaining things, and, well, you know how when it shows the preview before you click on the video? Yeah, I guess that counts as copyright as well. So with that being said, let me try this again. There is a shaking happening. It's getting stronger every day. It's getting louder. It's affecting your phones, your bodies physically, your body mentally. It is so powerful that people are starting to feel physical effects. They're feeling dizzy, not well, nauseous, maybe even feeling like they're having a heart attack, right? Shortness of breath. And the electricity has been acting funny. I've been saying for like months, weeks, years, the lights are flickering. The electricity is acting funny. Something electrical is happening. Do you notice that your internet is getting slower? Is your phone lagging? Is it freezing up? Is it restarting for no reason? Is it dying faster than usual? It's not the government beaming frequencies. I can tell you that much. It's not the government spraying chemicals. I just made a video about this the other day. Excuse me for jumping around, but I'm providing all my evidences that I've been saying for some time. So try to keep up, please. If you don't know some of this by now, try to keep up, because other than that, I cannot help you. Do you see this gap right here? You see the crosshairs right here, right? The plus sign in the middle? This is my aiming indicator. See it? You see how there's weather alerts going towards New York, and then there's weather alerts like going to, so basically there's a gap in between Michigan, right? Isn't that the same place the eclipse ran through, right? Kind of, it's pretty similar. I just said this in a video after the eclipse too, because everybody was like, they were spraying the skies the whole time. That's why it was like that. Right. So, anyways, you do realize that celestial bodies like planets can impact this planet, right? And as I've said before, when this planet goes around the sun and goes by us, it is creating a like pull, gravity, electrical. It's almost like a life force, a tugboat per se, that's pulling the giant ship. So that's why you're getting the same weather patterns. It's not because the government's controlling the jet stream, the North Pole. They just control everything, right? If it's not them, it's got to be fucking reptilians that live underground. See, everybody went from, oh, it's the government to, oh no, it's got to be reptilians then. Yeah, they're the ones underground that nobody even knows even exist. Okay? So, it's like everybody wants to believe the crock of shit. And when they realize that they were wrong, or maybe like that theory or conspiracy theory is not fulfilling their satisfaction anymore, it's like they move on to something else, right? Now it's got to be the reptilians doing it, right? Screw the government. It was never them in the first place, right? Although it was always them in the first place, right? You know, China's flooding, right? You know, they're supposed to get like, I don't know, several feet of water, right? Like everybody's like underwater over there. Yeah, crazy. You know, Hawaii just flooded, right? Yeah, they were like underwater, like their cars, their houses, right? Let me guess. Too much cloud seeding. Let me guess. It might have been the government. See, a lot of people need to look in the mirror and reflect on what they really believe, because when I hear people talk about this bullshit, but yet they say they believe in the creator and all that, why are you giving man so much credit then? You can't see the creator's miracles for what they are? Right? then why do you keep giving man so much credit? Because if you're giving man all this credit, then your faith and your loyalty should be questioned. I'd probably do some soul searching on what I just said right there, you know? Because that determines how loyal and faithful you are and how much you do believe in the Creator. Because giving man a lot of this credit ain't faithful and ain't loyal, right? Only the people of the Creator would know this, right? There's no ands, ifs, or buts. The Creator gave me this information in the first place, so I never had to veer off the path. I was able to look past all that bullshit and like basically roll my eyes to the bullshit that people were telling me that it might be or that it has to be. And then I was just talking about the warehouse fires and how they're still happening. Train wrecks are still happening. And how when you look at the news, this is what they deem you should be looking at the moment. This is why people used to be able to come to YouTube, because it was an alternative media source. It was a different opinion. Yet there's not one channel I can go to now that is repeating the same thing mainstream media is saying, right? Like, holy fuck. And then it's like either they believe the media or they don't. I think they would call this discern of spirit if they still do. Mine tends to not believe most of what the media is saying, so I'm not going to show you media news. If anything, I have an opinion about it, and I'm going to tell you the honest, truthful answer, because I'm able to look past all that, because I know where my destination goes, right? Like, there's no need to take a left or a right. No, I'm going to smash right through it. While everybody else is stuck over there trying to figure it out, I'm way past that. There's a lot of sulfur emissions, as I've stated before as well. These come from volcanoes. Yeah, there's so much of it that it can change the weather here on this planet. It can cool things off too. Did y'all notice how it was like, 90 degrees the other day? And then all of a sudden it's like 40 degrees. And then the news, the weather people keep saying it's supposed to warm up, right? But it's like, no, it's not. It's cooling off. And then it's supposed to get hot again and then cool off extremely. This can cause bad weather. Yeah, believe it or not, volcanoes even create their own weather systems. Hence, probably the same patterns that keep happening with the celestial object, right? When people say they're controlling the weather, they're geoengineering, they're spraying, you're telling me that they're also controlling the North Pole, the jet stream of the whole planet, right? Something that only maybe a creator could do. Man does not possess that power or have that power. He might be able to nudge it a certain way, right? I'll give him that, okay? I'll give him that much, but that's it, right? As far as controlling everything, like people say they are, that's hilarious. Because then they also say, yeah, they're also causing the earthquakes, which then cause the volcanoes. You do realize that volcanoes also give out a lot of chemical compounds. Sulfuric dioxide, right? Rock, glass, metal. Those are all the elements you need that supposedly they're spraying in the sky, right? Like there was a volcano that was literally poofing out gold dust. You do realize that there's little glass particles too. You also do realize it forms rock, iron. These are like all the chemical compounds that people say they're spraying in the sky. They don't need to spray anymore. Yeah, them volcanoes are going off like a motherfucker. They have been. And where does that smoke go? Oh, they just put a hole in the atmosphere and it all leaks out into space. That way we can breathe, right? Right? Like a fake sun, right? Well, where's the other sun? We just had an eclipse. How come I didn't see two of them? Well, that's because the other one is an infrared spectrum. It only gleams when the sun hits it a certain way. Besides, even if there was a fake sun up there, what happens when the light bulbs go out? Did it just send somebody else up there to go change it real quick? Is that why they have the eclipse then? So with that being said, you see that? That's a broken planet. You see the craters in it, right? You see where it's like got chunks taken out of it. See it? There's like a chunk missing on the top, the bottom, sides, right? It's even got rings. That was just like around, I don't know, 3. Here it is at like 7 p.m. See that like narrowing in the middle? See the 2 black spots? Those are craters, dude. Giant craters. Yeah, giant craters. Look, watch, I'll show you real quick right here. See right there where it says share to the left? There's a crater right there. If you look a little above that crater, there's another crater above that one. That is a planet. It takes up the whole sky. It is massive. When you realize what you're looking at and how big this thing really is, you'll feel extremely small. Trust me. It takes up damn near the whole sky. Well, on that side of the sky. Like, these are the motels right here. I'm sure, I should have gotten the moon just to kind of give you a size comparison so you can kind of perceive how extremely large this thing is, right? So let's look at it over the moon. This is all the same day. Hey, look, there's that ring they keep saying is ice crystals, right? No, it looks like a fucking planet. It looks like it's burning in the sky. The ring around it looks like fire. It looks like a fucking portal, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Like, look at that. Right there. Boom. Hold on. Yeah, I'll show you a better one. Because I was like, hold on, let me get a better one just to be sure. Right? Boom. You see all that? Look at that. Boom. It's even got rings. Look at all that. You see, like, the texture of it. Bam. What, you thought we was bullshitting? You thought we was crazy? Wrong again. Something electrical is happening. It is affecting your body physically, mentally. The animals are acting funny. They're not beaming frequencies at you. There's frequencies all around you. They don't need to beam frequencies at you. No, the frequencies of your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, tablet, TV, computer. What about next door? All their kids have tablets. They're talking on their phone. You are too, right? And all the towers. You don't need to beam frequencies. They're already floating through your walls, right? Like what do you mean they don't have to beam them at you? You willingly let it in your house, you dumb fuck, right? Like they're already there. They don't need to beam frequencies at you. You let them beam these frequencies at you. But I bet you won't put the phone down. I bet you won't turn off the TV, right? You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself here. Let's be real here. Some people need to question how faithful they really are to the Creator. How loyal they really are. Because if you're giving any kind of credit to man, then you're not that loyal, I feel. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not doing it, but at the same time, I'm not going to believe there's fucking reptilians, and I'm not surely going to believe that it's fucking man controlling everything, right? When you can clearly see that there's planets, eclipses happening, this is out of the control of man. It always was, and it was always the Creator, right? I've been saying the same things. Electricity's acting funny. Lights are flickering. Your internet's getting slower. Nothing's working. Right? None of this was designed to work. It was only designed to last a certain amount of time. And that time has come. Peace, love, and chicken grease.